Chapter 587, Conjunction of the Three Suns. It opens to a dark, stormy, and foreboding landscape on another planet. It was a planet named Thra, and it was in the grip of turmoil. A nasty storm was over a castle that looked like a true castle from the darkness of hell in a malevolent wasteland. Narrator: another world. Another time. In the Age of Wonder. 1,000 years ago, this land was green and good until the crystal cracked. For a single piece was lost. A shard of the crystal. Then strife began and two new races appeared, the cruel Skixus and the gentle mystics. Thunderclap. We see the camera zoom in on the castle. Narrator: here in the castle of the crystal, the Skixus took control. Thunderclap. Inside the castle we see the Skixus in a chamber around a floating purple crystal. The crystal was over a shaft of fire. Narrator: now the Skixus gather in the sacred chamber where the crystal hangs above a shaft of air and fire. The Skixus with their hard and twisted bodies, their harsh and twisted wills. For 1,000 years they have ruled. Yet now there are only 10. A dying race ruled by a dying emperor imprisoned within themselves in a dying land. Today once more they gather at the crystal as the first sun climbs to its peak. For this is the way of the Skixus as they ravage the land, so too they learn to draw new life from the sun. Today once more they will replenish themselves, cheat death again through the power of their source, their treasure, their fate, the dark crystal. Theme music plays. Narrator: today the ceremony of the sun gives no comfort. Today an emperor lies dying. Today a new emperor must seize the throne. The white sun peered out of the clouds and shined through the triangle sky window, and a beam of white light hit the crystal and beams of purple light shined into the Skixus eyes and they were being replenished. The ceremony was complete. In another part of the planet we saw that the planet had 3 suns. A white one like we just saw, a rosy pink one and a purple one. Narrator: 1,000 years ago, the crystal cracked. And here far from the castle, the race of mystics came to live in a dream of peace. Their ways were the gentle ways natural wizards. Yet now there are only 10. A dying race numbly rehearsing the ancient ways in a blur of forgetfulness. Yet today, the ritual gives no comfort. Today the wisest of the mystics lies dying. Today they must summon the one who must save them. The mystics then started singing. Flute playing was heard as we learn of the source it was coming from. Narrator: in the valley of the mystics there lives a gelfling, Gen. The Skixus killed his family, destroyed his clan, only Gen survived to be raised by the wisest of the mystics. But there is a prophecy. 1,000 years have passed and now once more the world must undergo a time of testing. Now it must be healed or pass forever into the rule of evil. At this time Gen is the chosen one. Today Gen's pipe gives no comfort, for today his master lies dying and a journey must begin. This is where Gen and a race from another world come together in its time of need. Out in space the USS Valor was heading towards the planet Thra. We were 400 light-years away from Earth. Me, Captain's Log, Stardate 2553.7, we are en route to the planet Thra and our mission is to help fulfill the prophecy of the Gelflings. Lori: so what is this prophecy of the Gelflings? Me: it goes like this. When single shines the triple sun, what was sundered and undone shall be whole, the two made one. By Gelfling hand or else by none. Lincoln: that is a really unusual prophecy. Me: it is. Lainey: what does it all mean? Me: it centers around the planet's suns and the malevolent Skixus and the pure mystics. It's part of a great conjunction that only happens once every 1,000 years, which is 20,000 years Earth time. The Great Conjunction is where the planet's 3 suns align and it will decide the fate of the planet, whether the Skixus will rule it for all eternity or will be healed. Lincoln: wow. Nico: sounds very dangerous. Me: it is. Lola: so the Skixus killed all the Gelflings to make sure the prophecy doesn't come true? Me: that's right Lola. A lone Gelfling survived. This Gelfling was chosen to be the one to heal the dark crystal. The planet's 3 suns are coming into alignment as we speak. Nico, we have to hurry. Vince, yeah we should. Me, okay. We're gonna fly down and help the Gelfling out, but we can't hurt or kill the Skixis. Luna, why dude? Me, because the Skixis and Mystics are linked. Their life forces are bonded together, and if one dies they both suffer the same fate. Linka, that's a grave risk. Me, alright let's move. We went down to the planet and we were flying over the wasteland of the castle and we saw the planet's 3 suns aligning. Nico, the stars are aligning fast. Me, we're running out of time. Let's go. We flew fast and we entered the castle through the triangle skylight window. Me, wow. Lola, so this is the dark crystal. Lainey, it sure is pretty. Nico, I would not want to have this crystal control my fate. Me, none of us would. We then heard someone coming. Me, someone's coming. Hide. We hid in the ceiling and we saw the Skixis all come into the sacred chamber. Me, whispering, this is it. We attack when the right moment comes. They couldn't see us, but they raised their arms up. Ritual Master, the great conjunction comes. Now, we will live forever. Skixis, we will live forever. We will live forever. But they saw Jen and Kira and they were clamoring. Me, now. We jumped down and we grabbed onto them. Me, we won't let you destroy this planet. Skakung, did you all really think that you could beat us by yourselves? Riku, we're not trying to beat you. Luigi, we're just buying Jen some time. Riku fired a blast of ice from his keyblade and Luigi planted some seeds. Riku and Luigi, ice piranha plant blockade. Piranha plants made of pure ice grew. Nico, let's use our combo May. May, you got it Nico. Me, just don't kill them guys. Nico, we won't. Sydney, let me help you and May with that job. Nico. Nico, okay. Nico fired a blast of fire with Shendu's powers. May fired a blast of ice fire and Sydney fired a blast of space fire. Nico, May, and Sydney, elemental fire blockade. The fires combined and formed a huge wall of fire. Nico, it's time. Nico flew and grabbed Jen, and when the 3 suns aligned a bright beam of light shined on the crystal. Jen put the shard in a hole in the crystal and it turned into a pure white crystal and it was emitting a loud noise. The crystal was fully restored. The Skixis were beaten and the prophecy was coming true. The Gartham broke apart and the castle walls started to shed their dark coverings and revealed pure white glowing walls. Rosalina, this whole place is being restored. Let's speed up the process. She used her final smash. Rosalina, Grand Star. She formed a huge star and it fired smaller stars in all directions and they hit the walls and destroyed the dark coverings and revealed more glowing walls. Princess Peach used her final smash as well. Princess Peach, Peach Blossom. She danced around and fired pink lasers and burned off more coverings. The Mystics came in earlier and the fire vanished and the Skixis watched in horror as the castle was being fully restored. The Podling slaves were free and they went back to their homes. The castle was almost fully restored and then the crystal fired beams of golden light at the Mystics and they fired white light from their eyes at the Skixis and they were being pulled to the Mystics. When the castle was fully restored, the Mystics and Skixis fused back together and they were made whole once again after 1,000 years. They were now called the Urskaks. Urskak, and now the prophecy is fulfilled. We are again one. We all walked up to them. Urskak, many ages ago in our arrogance and delusion we shattered the pure crystal. And our world split apart. All your courage and sacrifice have made us whole as we are apart from each other. Me, we had to do what we had to do to save this world from evil. It's a powerful job but we had to help in any way we can. Jen, yes. Kira, we can't thank you all enough for saving our world. Urskak, now we leave you to the crystal of truth. Make your world in its light. The Urskiks then went to the afterlife and Jen and Kira were made king and queen of the castle. We were happy for them. We then went back home and Nico got to keep one of the swords from the trial by stone as a trophy and as his weapon of choice. The end. Another fanfiction complete. The Dark Crystal was a great movie made by Jim Henson in 1982. I've known that movie ever since I was a little kid and it was awesome. Nico-chan11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks man as usual. Also this chapter was made as a tribute to the famous Jim Henson who died of toxic shock syndrome in 1990. R.I.P. Jim Henson, creator of The Muppets. September 24, 1936 to May 16, 1990. Thank you for giving us great characters in our youths. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time. The Dark Crystal is owned by Jim Henson and Universal Studios.